Barrett earlier, and he says, you know, hey, we interest Formula Drift. They want to have the ideal conditions for the drivers. The drivers want to have, you know, shoot, when it was wet, they have wet conditions. When they have dry setups. So they want to make sure that they have the equally matched setups to the track conditions.
No, totally. And I think also, too, Travis Reeder really hit on it very well. There is so much rubber laid down that any moisture on top of that becomes extremely icy. And so making sure the drivers have predictable conditions is important.
Here we go with our first battle of the Royal Purple Top 16. We got the field suspension, GT Radial S chassis. That's ODI BAKCHIS out front. Ken Gushi in the chase position in that red 86. Here we go. Looks like ODI BAKCHIS filling that the second outside zone. Look at the smoke being kicked off. So again, looks like we got a dry course, my friends. Knocking over that inside clip, and now into that final outside zone. Filling all that zone. You could see denoted the zones there, Ryan. We want to elaborate for those fans coming in. Where are the zones? Where's the inside clip? What are they trying to accomplish? Line angle style.
Well, let's take a look at this lead run here from ODI BAKCHIS. You saw a pretty good rate to angle on the initiation. Was about 3/4 in that first outside zone. Pretty consistent here. Ken's slowly starting to reel him in, trying to gain that proximity. Overall solid performance here from ODI BAKCHIS and Ken Gushi, but we have not seen ODI explode in the way that he has in previous seasons just yet. And perhaps this might be the round that he can have a breakout event and go on and get a podium. He's got to get through Ken Gushi first, who now has the lead.
All right, so again, they alternate orders here. ODI led on the first run. Now Ken Gushi leads. Alternating positions. You want to fill those 3 outside zones. On initiation, you want to go quick rate to angle. You're going to have some decel areas. Naturally, when you transition into the outside zones, there's that one singular clip. You need to drift past on by at angle. Here we go. Ken Gushi initiates in that first outside zone. Gets all the way to that course edge. Well done there by the Monty's 3 Racing Toyota GR86. ODI backs off a little bit, but now he lunges forward. Again, showing a little bit of dominance there. He doesn't get all the way out in that second outside zone. Now he's going to transition into that front clip. Narrowly going by it, not glancing it at all. In that last outside zone goes Ken Gushi and ODI BAKCHIS. They power through the finish line, and that right there is our second run from BAKCHIS and Gushi.
That was really a needle-threading lead run from Ken Gushi, especially on the last 2 zones, having those wheels right at the edge. Take a look at this. That's a pretty quick rate to angle all the way to the edge of the zone. ODI trying to manage his way through the smoke cloud. I think one of the most important aspects of this course is being able to manage the grip levels of your car against the competitor that you are going up against, in whether it's the 816 or whatever. If you surge too far forward, lose angle, have to back off, that's going to be treated differently than being door-to-door with the driver and be able to make those tiny manipulations that keep you at the same angle, same line as your competitor. Ken is giving a really good lead run for ODI BAKCHIS to chase. The question will be, did ODI take advantage of it in such a way that showed dominance relative to Ken's chase?
You know, you talked about ODI exploding, right? And it seems that ODI has these kind of peaks and valleys in seasons. Remember, like, it was like he'd go out and win, and then boom, explode an engine, come back and win. And like, so peaks and valleys. Maybe his tempered approach is the approach that's going to get him the championship this year. You know, coming into this round of competition, ODI BAKCHIS currently sitting 8th in points. You know, maybe just kind of slow and steady. And like I always say, you know, Chris Forsberg, you know, never won an event but won a championship. Here we go, one more time. Here we are. So either driver A or driver B. Do you agree with that call?
I kind of saw that coming, because I certainly think Ken won the battle of the leads if you're looking at it from that perspective. And on the chase, ODI definitely had much more surging and longer duration of proximity. It was not as much, say, consistent.
More time battle. All right, looks like Gushi and ODI. Remember, this is the one more time battle between these gentlemen. It was just too close to call, kicking things off. Again, Field and Castro. We will see what transpires there the second half of that battle, as we saw Field initiate. Got a little too aggressive, but Castro shut it down. No contact was made. All right, opening the door. It again, we've just seen, you know, 95% humidity. You saw that track condition report. Just coming out of the hotel, it was definitely muggy. The wind now kicking up, so that's going to help cool things down. But the elements Definitely showing up today. And we are sending cars. No sight lap here. This is a run 1 here in our Royal Purple Top 16. ODI BAKCHIS will lead. Ken Gushi giving chase. ODI BAKCHIS in the white and orange field suspension. This S chassis, Ken Gushi in the GR86 Toyota. Now in that first outside zone, you see ODI BAKCHIS transition into that second outside zone, the big 180-degree, filling all that. So see it denoted by the track edge and that white line on the inside. Past that inside clip, ODI BAKCHIS very tight to it into that third outside zone, getting all of the course. Gushi not too shabby in that chase position. A little bit of distance back, but still trying to catch up.
Well, I think one of the things that we learned from the first run is that Gushi had the superior lead, but ODI was really kind of the dominant driver in the chase more consistently. So what can each driver do to make those adjustments? This time around, we see Ken trying to push the pace in the chase position. Right there, that's an excellent job. Leading up to that point, he was on a tightly shallower line to try to gain proximity. He's doing the same thing here in outside zone 3. ODI, on the other hand, did improve on his lead run. He was much deeper in the zones. He was committed to entering the zone at the beginning and leaving at the exit of the zone. And that's going to go a long way to put pressure on Ken Gushi to have an equal run to him in the lead position. Meanwhile, we all know how much of a killer that ODI BAKCHIS can be in the chase.
Yeah, he has just, created one heck of a, status of how good he is in the chase. He really, he'll grind his wheel on the door. He's created quite a personality here as, there we go, Ken Gushi. Oh, wow, throwing some sparks there. Looks like ODI BAKCHIS is getting just right. Oh, and looks like Ken Gushi shuts her down. So, yeah, we saw some sparks being thrown. And in that lead position, didn't look like we saw ODI making contact. Looks independent. And Ken Gushi, unfortunately, and Lorette was talking to him earlier, and they were talking about the car being a kind of a ticking time bomb, and how long is this engine going to last? So, and here we are taking a look at the clock for Jonathan Castro, the other Toyota GR86 in competition.
Yeah, if you followed the story for Ken Gushi since he's in the position that he is now, running his own team, you know that there's been times where a 67-cent part has taken him out for the weekend. There's been times where mechanical issues have taken him out for the weekend. Is this another example of that? Let's take a look here. ODI surging to the back wheel, maybe even rubbed. And then right here you can see Gushi just unwinds it. And that looks to be something wrong with the car, not as a result to any damage that may have been sustained. The right rear was tapped, but it looks like Ken felt that he could no longer move forward, whether it was a power issue or something else going on with the car. That at least seems to be the first intuition that I have, is that there was something wrong with Ken's car, not necessarily as a result of getting hit. You can see that the right rear is turning and it's doing the whole stuff and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, oh, he is saying sorry? Interesting.
Yeah. All right, so it looks like, I was over here, I was playing baseball. I don't know, I don't play baseball. No, it's like the bad lip reading. What'd you do here? So they're all
he's like, so I won, right?
Yeah.
So everything, that's cool, but I won, right?
Yeah, ODI BAKCHIS, there it is, gets the win. So again, great sportsmanship there. Ken Gushi saying sorry, giving little hugs, little congratulations. Unfortunately, Ken Gushi shutting it down. And ODI BAKCHIS gets the win. Congratulations. ODI gets the win. He's going against his teammate, Simon Olsen.
Wonderful.
ODI and Olsen. Also, remember, we got Denofa and LZ, the last battle of 16. So a lot of inter-family politics going on right now. All right, we're not going at a turtle's pace. We're ripping around here. 20 years of Formula Drift when we come back.
How dare you.
Heroes in a half shell. Turtle power. Tortoise power.